Hey there, this is Lacey Byer with a Sweet Pea Chef, and today I'm going to show you how to make an easy cauliflower crust that is just as good, if not better, than your typical flour-based crusts. Also, congrats to Philip Murad, who requested that I make a healthy cauliflower pizza crust. Because we chose your awesome recipe idea, Philip, you've won yourself a Sweet Pea Chef t-shirt, so we can totally be twinsies. All right, now let's get started. All right, first preheat your oven to 400 degrees. Next, we need to prepare the cauliflower. To do this, we need to first turn the cauliflower into cauliflower rice. You can either use a kitchen grater and grate the cauliflower just like you would cheese to make the rice, or you can use a food processor. While the food processor makes quick work of the cauliflower and creates more of an even size, the kitchen grater is much easier to clean and adds a little bit more texture. Either way will do, so it's up to your preference. Once we have 3 packed cups of the cauliflower rice, we're going to lay it out evenly on a rimmed baking sheet lined with tin foil or parchment paper. We need to first roast the cauliflower to soften it before creating our crust. So place the cauliflower into the oven and roast for about 10 to 15 minutes, tossing every so often. There are many different ways you can cook cauliflower rice, like steaming it, sautéing it, or microwaving it. But I like to roast it for this recipe because it removes the most amount of moisture, which works really well for the crust. Once the rice is tender and beginning to turn golden brown, remove the rice from the oven and transfer into a clean, thin dish towel. Wrap up the rice and twist the towel to squeeze out any excess moisture. Be careful not to burn your hands. Believe it or not, this step makes a really big difference in the final texture of your crust and is totally worth that little small extra effort. Now place the drained cauliflower rice into a mixing bowl along with 1 egg, a 1/4 teaspoon dried oregano, a 1/4 teaspoon kosher salt, 1/8 teaspoon garlic powder, 2 tablespoons grated Parmesan cheese, and 3 ounces crumbled goat cheese. Mix this together until it's fully incorporated. On a new sheet of parchment paper or tin foil, pour the rice mixture out and form it into a small rectangle. Keep the dough about 1/3 of an inch thick and try to mold it to be as even and as flat as possible. I also like to make the edges stand up a little bit to mimic a crust. Once the crust is fully formed, place back into the oven and bake for about 20 minutes or until the crust is firm and golden brown. So at this point, you can top with any normal pizza toppings you prefer. Today, I'm just drizzling with a little bit of olive oil and then adding 1 diced chicken breast, which I cooked in about 1 tablespoon olive oil with a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and pepper, followed by a handful of baby spinach and 2 to 3 ounces of sliced mozzarella cheese. Once you have your toppings on, place the whole pizza back into the oven and bake until the cheese is melted and the spinach is wilted, about 6 to 8 minutes. Remove from the oven and allow to sit for 5 minutes before slicing into quarters. Now you can eat pizza and still follow your healthy lifestyle. Congrats again to Philip for winning your sweet t-shirt. Make sure to send any video ideas our way if you want to be like Philip and win a t-shirt for yourself too. To get my free beginner's guide to eat and clean, click the link in the description or on the screen. As always, if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure to click that button to subscribe so you never miss our new weekly recipe videos. Thanks, I'll see you next time. I'm going farther. Okay, that's not going well. Tunter. You said Tunter.